Hey guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is Aloha Friday. Hope you guys are having an amazing Friday so far. If you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. We are live right now, by the way. So sometimes I get in here and I do my spiel and people are like, is she live? We're live. So the way this works, we just kind of hang out. We casually talk, feel into the energy of the present moment. We may pull cards, we may do channel messages. Some astrology might come up. But yeah, you can treat this as like a weekend sort of channel messages reading or just the present moment. Or if you're coming across this much later, it could still apply to you because energy is timeless, right? But I hope everybody is doing really good. And I hope everybody is also enjoying the Mars Cancer shift. It's been putting me in a much more like sensitive, sentimental kind of a state. Let's see, In the Sky with Diamonds. Oh, that's a cool name. Let's see, Aloha, hi. Let's see, who do we have in here? I know you guys were hanging out for a bit. I know I was a little late, so I apologize about that. But yeah, how's everybody feeling? Let's see. Anna, hi Anna. Keith, hi Keith. Hello, hi Jessica. Yeah. TGIF. Yes. It's been a weird week, right? Rough work week. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Hi from London. Hello. Hey, Wildflower. Hi. Hi, hi. But personally, I'm very happy about the Mars Cancer shift. Very happy about it. I actually last night had some pretty elaborate, I think is a good word for that. Elaborate dreams about family. I was like, whoa. Because I've been like just focused on so many other things that are just not like centered around bio family specifically. But it was like, oh, interesting. Of course, we're kicking this off with stuff like that. Do you think everyone adopting internet personalities? What? Like cottagecore or mob boss wife? I don't even know what those are. Sorry, Anna, I don't know what those are. Um, Feeling anxious. Oh, hopefully like we can like work past that. Such vivid dreams last night. Last night's dreams were a little next level. Um, but yeah, I think we're in for a really good experience with Mars in Cancer, and even as it moves into Leo and the whole retrograde happens, like I feel like it's just going to be a really good ride. I think it's going to end in a really good result, but going to really emphasize or highlight, right, just how we are operating like from a compassionate, unconditionally loving place or not, right? Or if ego is getting the best of us, even if that brings up some old stuff, some past stuff. So yeah, I think this is going to be good. I do. See, I feel like that's been happening for a while, long before Pluto and Aqua. It's just internet culture. Let's see. What's the length of the transit? Isn't it longer than usual or something? So I did an astro talk, an astrology talk on this, which the video is up. So go ahead and take a look at that if you want more details. And we are going to make that a series. So if you want to be like up to date and like follow along with everybody, make sure that you do catch all of the parts as they come out. But as far as it being a long transit, when I talked about Mars going into Cancer, I had to talk about the retrograde in Leo just because Mars is going to move into its pre-shadow relatively soon in October. And then it's going to move into Leo, and then it's going to retrograde, and then it's going to retrograde into Cancer, and then it's going to go direct, right, in 2025. So even though we're not even in the pre-shadow yet for retrograde, it still kind of connects because Mars is in Cancer right now. So it's Mars in Cancer, not my cycle. I mean, it could be both. I don't know your life. I don't know your life like that. So if you include Mars just moving into Cancer, like beyond the retrograde, we're talking from September to May, because I'm pretty sure Mars moves out of Leo into Virgo June 2nd, 2025, if memory serves. So, we're in for a very long cycle collectively, just with this Mars Cancer and Leo kind of vibes. And already feeling the family component, right? Even just like roots want to come up there, like origin story even wants to come through there, which is kind of interesting. Might be things that are really in the forefront, right? Um, and nostalgia. I just feel so much around the heart, just so many stirrings around the heart in relation to all of that stuff. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Do you think this Mars Cancer eclipse season is going to be difficult for us cardinal placements? difficult. I mean, I feel like difficult, not difficult is mostly subjective depending on like what your beliefs are and how you want to look at stuff. And I know I also do say some things are difficult, some things will be nice, right, from my own perspective. But with this coinciding with the eclipse season, because the first eclipse is in Pisces, I believe that's on the 17th, could be mistaken, but the full moon in Pisces, and then the second one will be new moon Libra. Like both of those signs with Mars Cancer are very sentimental too. Like they can have a bit of a romanticized, whimsical, emotional sort of influence. I think it's honestly needed. Like as far as it being difficult, I think that really is just gonna be person to person. It's needed. Like as I like really lean into it, it's just bringing up a lot of emotion, but like in a way of love, really. It's like what is gonna facilitate love in certain situations, like even maybe getting better at coming back to love and during times where we fall out of it, right? Grateful, yeah, gratitude is definitely part of that too. And relationships will definitely tie into that with Libra and the Mars Cancer stuff. Full moon Pisces, I need to like look back into that. I keep meaning to. I've been focused on just like, well, one, daily life, but also just like different passion projects that I have going on right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's what it feels like to me, which is needed. It's needed. Even getting out of our own way comes to mind too, with all of that, right? Helping with surrender comes to mind with all of that too. I keep healing stuff I thought I was done with, but it's all good. So there is some weird stuff going on with that. So I'm glad that you brought that up because I do think right now we are also still in this weird intrusive phase too, where I think there's still a lot of like intrusive energies, emotions that are not ours that are really being felt a lot right now, and that can exacerbate your own stuff. But as far as like healing your own stuff, I just think that there could be an easy trap right now to like get too focused and entrenched in, I need to heal my trauma, I need to heal my trauma, I need to heal my trauma, when maybe you're just aware of what you are and you're just aware of, how do I want to say, different things you have battled through your life, but it doesn't necessarily mean that like you haven't addressed those things, right? They just may be getting exacerbated at this time. And I feel like coinciding with that, there's also windows where getting better at not letting that overwhelm or not letting that become like, yeah, just too much of a powerful force in a way where you kind of start to get a little out of control or you start to get unfocused from other things in your life or even the present, right? Because if it's bringing up past stuff, it just brings you back to the past, right? And out of the present and what is actually happening right now. So I think there's a lot of things to say about that. But if any of you have been feeling very overwhelmed emotionally, just be aware that some of it might not even be yours, but also it could just be a lot of old things that could actually be distracting you in a way where it's not necessarily like you need to heal this. It's more like it's just pulling on you, if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. I keep hearing focus. Yeah, focus I think is big right now too, as far as like the emotional realm of like that particular thing. Also on a side note, like since we're in September, I've definitely been feeling more of those like festivity vibes of just like wanting to embrace fall and wanting to embrace October and like pumpkins and Halloween and all that stuff. So I have also been trying to like carve out time to just like do little joyful things like that. So I actually like did my nails all up Halloween like, and it just makes me happy. I think finding little things to just bring in joy at this and this particular present, I think is going to be good for everybody. It's always a good practice anyway. But if you're feeling that like, and you need a little joy, just do little things like that that will like facilitate happiness, right? Cinnamon and apple candles. Exactly. Exactly. I forgot to light my candle before I went live, but I was running a little late. I also realized, oh, I did. Okay, good. I did. I've been trying to keep a notebook out just to make timestamps easier. And then I thought I forgot it, but I did not. It is still here. So, because I do want to start getting into pulling some cards here. So let's see where we're at. I'll just do 10 minutes. We'll just do 10 minutes. Just kind of lean into the progression of the video. Your nails look lovely. Thank you. Please take care of yourself with Mars in your first house. I am. I definitely am. Don't worry. I definitely am. Especially because it'll oppose your moon. Yeah, don't worry. I'm good. I'm super good. Don't worry. I'm on top of things. Adjust the timestamp now. Can't help but get pulled into conversation. In my chart, my Mars is in Cancer, feeling this heavily. Oh, so you're having a Mars return. Yeah, the last retrograde, or was it the one before that? I can't remember if it was the last one, like the 2022 one, or the 2021 for Mars retrograde, if I was going through Mars return at that time. I want to say it was 2020. Maybe they were both in Gemini? No, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, doesn't matter. Definitely need to do things that spark joy. Been feeling lingering anxiety. Yeah. And remember, we also still have that like Mercury square Uranus energy too. And that can definitely bring about some anxiety, but also breakthroughs and unexpected things as well. But it could definitely aggravate anxiety or like restless energy. So definitely do things that can bring joy. Creative outlets are still really well aspected at this time to help move through any confusion or any anxiety, and also to help with any breakthroughs that may be needed. Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some cards here. Okay. I was going to try to break out my festive decks, but they're really put away. They're like really, really tucked away. So I don't foresee myself grabbing those anytime soon. Hi, Nettie. Fall never comes to play, always with the death and the rebirth. And see, it is totally my play season. Fall, like, it totally is my play season. When fall starts to come in, I start to feel excited. I start to feel like, oh, I can go out and I can do things, and I can do this and I can do that. Like, I get very playful when fall hits. It's always a very welcome time of year for me personally. Oh, thank you for saying that. Inspiring me to wear more white. Well, okay. I think I need to do another timestamp. It's funny you say that about white. So I did a little whites recently, but it takes me so long, or like historically, it's taken me a really long time to like do a load of whites because I haven't had a lot of whites. And so I realized like, oh, if I literally just buy more whites, I could actually wear white more often and wash them more often. Because I don't like to do just like a couple things in like the washer. I don't know, it's just the California environmentalist in me. So yeah, anyway, so yes, buy more whites because you'll wear more white and then you actually can wash them more regularly. And white is a nice color. It is. I don't know, I do feel different when I wear white. I do. I think it's probably one of my power colors maybe. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into this here. Any messages or insights for the collective in this present moment? Any messages or insights for the collective in this present moment? Outside looking in is what I'm hearing. On the outside looking in, on the outside looking in. I feel like that's actually referencing quite a few things, however that comes through for you, or whatever that inspires within you or evokes within you. With that coming through, it's like I am getting the first thing, to take this observance with your emotions. I've spoken about the observer state before, but yeah, on the outside looking in, just to like have perspective, but also not to be so entrenched in it, right? Can bring a lot of clarity. And also, hold on a second, how do I want to say this? Lessen the impact, that's not the word. It's not the word. Severity. It feels like just like lessening the like potency of certain emotions or like certain experiences, and in a way that can be very empowering too, right? So I'm feeling that. I'm also getting, what is this? Outside looking in, outside looking in, outside looking in. It's weird. They're showing me like a glass pane. You could feel on the outside of something, or maybe you have put someone on the outside of something. Could go either way. But I'm definitely getting that with relationships here. Yeah, outside looking in, outside looking in. If you're experiencing that or have experienced that in the past, it's probably just something that's very much in your awareness right now. Yeah, in your awareness right now. But there's something about the glass. There's some significance about the glass. I No. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Interesting. Okay. Any messages or insights for the collective at this time? Make changes. Do all you can to be all you are. I feel like this has also come out fairly recently. This is a card that is a little bit more self-focused, even internalized, even though it's technically fire, a little bit more internalized and getting yourself motivated to the point where you really have the belief and the confidence and the willpower to live the life you want, be the person that you want to be. I keep getting pulled to this glass pane. What is this? Why is this glass pane here? Hold on. Why is this glass pane here? Why is it here? Choices. It's there because of choices. It's there because of choices. This glass pane, again, I feel like we might get more clarity on this as we continue, but like, I feel like this whole like metaphor symbology of like this glass pane, it does feel like a shield, it feels like a wall, it feels like a gate, it feels like it's meant to keep things out. Maybe you have unknowingly or knowingly maybe put up a lot of walls or what have you to keep certain things out or people out. Maybe people have done this to you, but there's something about this glass pane in relation to, in correlation to this energy, this card coming out, about being the person you want to be, fulfilling your own potential that you know you have. There's something there. Are you going to break the glass? Is it time to break the glass? It may be time to break the glass. Can I get one more? Can I get one more for the collective, please? Interesting. We have slow down. Notice your surroundings and then break. Break away. Breaking the glass. Grow and expand with life. Okay, this is really bizarre because I almost want to say like these two cards are together and this one is separate. Like if the glass pane, if we were to be able to like see it in this reading, it would be between these two and this. Oh God, what kind of reading are we doing today? Okay, so there's quite a few ways this is coming through. For some, it's actually about aligning to a version of self, okay? Where I feel like this is one version you're living out and this is another, right? And then breaking the glass is just aligning yourself to that version of self. With slow down and break away, it's like this to me feels like an energy that is pushing and maintaining. Maybe even attached to certain expectations and outcomes and plans and ideas, visions, if you will. But it's like keeping a safety safe. It's like keeping a comfort zone, is what I'm feeling here. That's why breakaway is here. Like, hey, you like you're doing all the things that you like want to do and you think you should be doing and all that, and that's great. But even the slow down, it's almost like, hey, pay attention. I'm also hearing omens. Omen signs, synchronicities are probably very important at this time. You may have actually been missing some if you're resonating with this side of the glass. That's what I'll say. This side of the window pane. Oh, Barbie, thank you. Hold on. Thank you so much for the 1010. Have a tea on me. Also wanted to share a crazy dream. I was turning into a dragon. Dragons are big right now. Shifting in and out of sleep all night. Arms feeling weird. I keep wanting to push wings out of my back. Wild. Oh, there's so much I want to say about that. There's so much I want to say about that. It instantly brings me back to the new moon Virgo. So if you guys didn't watch the new moon Virgo video on Patreon or Vimeo and you want to do a deep dive, I highly recommend it. Or if you're dealing with like dragon stuff or sword symbology, synchronicity, it's worth watching. I will say with the new moon Virgo that happened on Monday, which we're still under the influence of for like, up until the full moon, right? There's a fixed star that's aspecting Mercury that's tied to Chinese astrology and mythology that speaks to dragons. Sorry, so many things I want to say at once. And the notion of unity and yin yang and primordial energy and forces and all of that stuff. It's very fascinating. I got so excited to talk about Patreon, and then I talked about it and I'm like, maybe this isn't as grand as I think, but it's just exciting to talk about and to think about and percolate on. So yeah, dragon stuff's been coming up for you. I'm not surprised. Also, we had some fixed star activity that had influences over the body, particularly the back of the lungs, or the back of the heart is how I like to put it. Oh, sorry, I thought I saw something weird. So the fact that you're experiencing all that is totally aligned with just some of the activity that's been going on. And the back of the heart, I find for a lot of people is where a lot of grief is held and where we feel like we need to protect ourselves emotionally. If you have a lot of tension in the back typically, or just a lot of pains or aches or tweaks or whatever, grief tends to sit there. And when we really start to open the heart, sometimes that can coincide with opening the wings. But also we have all of this like heart-centered focused energy that we're in right now, and we're going to be in for a long time. So anyway, needless to say, I'm not surprised all that's coming through. Okay, coming back. So if you're resonating with this side of the window pane of the glass, yeah, there's a need to pay attention. Pay attention to certain signs, pay attention to certain synchronicities, pay attention to even how your body's feeling. Pay attention to the course you've been walking, and like, is it too comfortable? Is it actually too restrictive? Are you, yeah, I feel like it's almost like a glass cage in a way. Can you dare yourself to kind of push your own limits here, right? And on the other side of the window pane or glass is an energy that's not afraid to try, that's not afraid to embody or even act out new levels of potential. Not new levels of potential. How do I want to say that? Because like I just keep hearing the word potential, 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 almost like kinetic versus potential energy. If you don't know those terms, don't worry, it's okay. Potential energy is like, it's literally energy that like is not in motion but can be, right? It's like something that could come to fruition or have some sort of momentum or movement into kinetic energy. That's just kind of the science behind those terms. Yeah. So you understand what I'm saying here. So maybe this is about taking a version of you and aligning to a version of you that is out of the comfort zone, trying new things, reaching your levels of potential that you know you have or that you've held on to for yourself. Some of you, this is manifesting externally in terms of like you and another person. That happens a lot, and I say that a lot because it's literally just the fabric of our reality. When we're experiencing something internally, it manifests externally, and a lot of times through relationships, because relationships are our mirrors, right? Anyway, so if that's happening, it feels like there's one energy that is very set. I'm hearing like set mind. Excuse me, set mind. They're showing me like a Queen of Wands, King of Swords. So maybe they have a lot of air or fire in their chart. Not necessarily, it's just that's probably just the energies they're in at that time. So one energy is very like set and very focused. Very set and very focused, very set and very focused. It's like I'm wanting to wiggle in this person's energy. Why am I wanting to wiggle? They might have a lot of energy too that they need to do a lot with, which is why they're probably in a lot of fire and air. Okay, so that's that. And then there's another energy here that wants different. That wants different, is trying different. Yeah, okay. If this is manifesting as a relationship, I want to say one person may be appearing to be like, going through changes, like becoming a different person, while another one has a lot of energy, very focused, diligent even, but set. I'm hearing set mind, a set mind, a set mind, a set mind. So that just happens with relationships, but there's something about the glass pane in between these two energies that I do think wants to break, or there's a temptation to break that. So those are two ways that's coming through: the aligning to a certain version of self, or the ways that it's happening between you and another person. This is so fascinating. Can I get actually, you know what? I'm going to get a card for the glass pane. Let's do that. Can I get a card for the glass pane? Let's just see what happens. I'm so curious. Sometimes you got to like play in readings, you know? Oh, 2 cards. Peaceful reflection. Kind of funny considering we're like focusing on a glass pane, right? Spend time reflecting within and soothe the fire, calm the heat in your life. We literally have fire and water, which are tempering forces for each other, right? And both of these are speaking to moving into a place of calm. And I even want to say going within, um, to gain truth, to gain insight. Okay. And that's for the glass pane. Is that how we break? Yes. Yes, that is how we break the glass. That is how we break the glass between a version of self that is trying to align to another version of self. That's how you close the gap, make the bridge, right? Solidify the bridge. And if this is also between two different people, that's how you bridge. Yeah, I just keep hearing the word bridge, like over and over and over. Don't forget to like the video, by the way. We got over 200 people. I would appreciate it if you hit a like. Thank you, thank you. This is how you bridge. You find the calm, you find the patience. It's also a feeling of getting a little bit more malleable and a little bit more relaxed. I'm feeling a lot of breath in that too. Also very collective as well. Something too about breaking the glass, especially if we're talking about a relationship, right? Breaking the glass is like shattering the mirror, where it also alleviates the illusion of projection, if that has also been happening. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. I feel like, because now I'm hearing veil, I feel like a lot of you have felt this veil. Now it's coming, there's a veil, not just a pane glass window thingy thing. I feel like there's a group of you where this is actually something that's been going on for a long time, where there's been this like clouded veil between you and another person. So maybe that person's just another version of self. And it is definitely time to break it. It's time to let that like not even be a thing anymore. Lifting the veil, breaking the glass. Yeah, it's time. It's time. And for those where that applies, you know what I'm talking about. You definitely know what I'm talking about. So many messages coming through today. I'm hearing two different worlds. Two different worlds. Two different worlds. Merging, meshing two different worlds. Some of you in aligning to this other version of self, it's almost like merging two different talents. That's interesting. Merging two different talents. And if this is a relationship, it's definitely about what you both bring to the table, right? Yeah. I like it. Kind of pull a couple other cards here for the collective. Where are we going? Kind of want to do the astrology deck. Yeah, I haven't done that one in a bit. Let's do that one. Okay. So we're going to go into Star Code's Astro Oracle. I did get a couple new decks, but like they're really new. So I need to work with them a little bit more before I can use them for YouTube. But there have also been ones that a lot of people use on YouTube for a very long time at this point, but I just have never had them. The Kim Cran's Archetype deck, and what is it called? The Tea Time Oracle or Tea Leaf Oracle? I think that's what it's called. Anyway, coming back. Yeah, this is very fascinating. Yeah, there's something about merging two different worlds into one. I keep getting like skills, specifically with like skills. I feel like some of you don't realize there are two skills you have that you can make as one, you can use together. And some of you, this is about bridging the gap between you and someone else, where maybe you come from two different worlds, two different beliefs, cultures. Maybe you two are really good at different things, but there's something about just bridging the gap in the differences. Okay. I feel like this also coincides too with just like understanding that that's what a collective is. I've been saying this a lot recently because it's been coming up for a reason, right? So if you never heard me say it, a true collective is the sum of unique parts. So I'm also seeing that here too. and making room for those unique parts and accepting those unique parts. The acceptance feels like a big one here, actually. The acceptance feels like a big hurdle, I want to say, of that. The acceptance of bringing two different worlds together, the acceptance of uniting two different skills and like having that be okay. Having that be okay. Yeah, acceptance and permission needs to happen here for this bridging to take place. This obviously is not for everybody, right? This is just a general reading for the collective in the present moment. So some of you are really feeling this, some of you not so much. Okay, you could even be witnessing this in people around you. Any other messages or insights for the collective? Can I get a card for make changes? Can I get a card for make changes? Wow. Oh, interesting. Seventh house coming out here with relationship. So I did feel like a good chunk of you that this was affecting your relationships, or this was about a relationship in particular. So I'm not surprised this is coming out here. Seventh house is an interesting, well, they're all interesting for different reasons, but I look at the seventh house as like the mirror house, right? Because it's literally the ascendant, descendant, right? It is the house of marriage and partnerships and contracts and bonded relationships, right? Things like that. Um, mm. The changes that maybe you want to make, or the person that you would like to become, for those where this is about bridging the gap from who you are and then who you are really wanting to be for yourself, right? And I also want to say there's nothing wrong with wanting to be your best self. There's nothing wrong with recognizing I like who I am and I love who I am, but I also love the person I can become. That's a very healthy thing, right? It's different from I hate myself and I want to be a different person. That's different, right? That's different, right? You can accept and love yourself and just recognize I can also love who I can also be, right? So I want to make that distinction here. Feels like that it just needs to be made. But anyway, the person that you would like to become, I feel like while this is a very internal choice, I feel like it does directly correlate to who you can have in your life, the kind of people you want to have in your life, the kind of people you want to have around you, the kind of people you want to enjoy. You may realize that there are some aspects of self that maybe have gotten in the way of that, of being around the kind of people you want to enjoy. Or again, having the kinds of relationships you're looking to have. It feels bigger than like acquaintances. It feels bigger than friendships. Some of you, obviously, it could be like romance, but like romantic relationships specifically. But I feel like it's bigger than that. It's like people you want to be bonded to, in family, in business, right? In projects, in household, like things like that. I do feel like there's a direct correlation there. Okay, let's go over here to slow down and break away. Now remember, this is the version of self and or person where there is a lot, I feel like a lot of just like physical energy, like a lot of fire and air, a lot of momentum is happening, but there's also a lot of like fixed mindset too, that is keeping this energy, this person or you on a specific track or train that is a little bit like a comfort zone. And I do feel like there is a missing of like different signs and what have you. Like, yeah, different like options, potentials, adjacent avenues. Like, I know these words are kind of strange. This is the way this is coming out, are being missed. Yeah, like this version of you, or this person's not seeing some things here. Okay. Can I slow down, break away for the collective? Oh, Pluto. Well, that's intense. Pluto, by the way, we have nines on both ends, 45 with the make changes, and then 27 over here with the one that we're clarifying. So nines are appearing on both sides, which I think is just kind of interesting and synchronistic in and of itself. But Pluto, I'm actually feeling Saturn, which is kind of weird. Even though it's Pluto, I'm feeling a challenging energy with Pluto, like a pressure that I normally feel with Saturn energy, not Pluto. Like Pluto can do that, but Pluto's a little bit more subtle than Saturn. Saturn's kind of in your face. Pluto is more internal, like an internal pressure. But Pluto is challenging the breaking apart of things. That's what Pluto is doing for this energy over here. Challenging to break things apart. To challenge the comfort zone. Challenge your rules. Challenge your narratives. Challenge your beliefs. Like that's what Pluto is doing for this person and energy over here. Can I get one more? Interesting. Ascendant. What did I literally say about like the seventh house, right? It's like the ascendant versus the descendant. Ascendant versus descendant. Yeah, very interesting. So over here, again, if this is just a version of you, or someone in your life, it feels like there is an identity challenge going on here, like on a major level. Do you really know who you are? Are you open to even evolving or changing as a person? Are you open to evolving your belief systems? Are you open? Are you open? Are you open? Are you open? And what I kept getting was fixed mind, fixed mind, fixed mind, fixed mind. Maybe this person has you or this person has like a fixed Mercury placement, like in a fixed sign, not necessarily, but it's just interesting because I keep hearing a fixed mind, right? That Pluto is saying like, let's try to evolve that. Let's try to like break that down and break that open a little bit here, that there's a different way of doing things, or maybe you are not who you thought you were, or being open to who you can be, right? Being open to who you can be. It's so interesting how messages come through. All right, let's look at the glass pane / veil in between these two versions of self, right? So again, breaking the glass is just helping you to align yourself to yourself, or if it's between you and another person, right, to bridge the gap between the two. Playing out peaceful reflection and soothe the fire. I just got pulled back to acceptance again. Yeah, acceptance and permission, acceptance and permission, acceptance and permission. There's something dense about it. We'll get into it. Then we're out peaceful reflection and soothe the fire for the collective. For this veil, breaking the veil, for the glass pane. Oh, I just got dizzy. I just got pulled back over here for a second. Oh, excuse me. This version of you, or again, if it's you and another person, you or them, right? I'll just say this version. This version feels like there's a major overhaul with the social life. Like major. Because there is a stronger empowerment now of self. Thank you. Yes, because there is a stronger empowerment of self now that is rippling out through this person's social life. Okay. My guides are so funny. Even if it's dusty, is what I just heard. Even if it looks a little dusty. Because as we become more empowered and we become very aware of self and our own capabilities and all of that. Oh my God, this is so interesting. Sometimes things are not what they look like on the surface. Sorry. So many things. I know I'm going to catch you guys up, I swear. Anyway, it may feel a little empty socially, but that's because the ripple needs time to take place, right? it almost feels like a cleaning house is happening too. So there's a self-focused energy, there's an empoweredness, there's a confidence that's coming through, an awareness of who you want to be and can be as well, and following suit with that alongside, excuse me, the shifts in relationships of people you can be bonded to, right? There will be an ease that comes with bonding with the right people as a result of your own personal empowerment and making changes on behalf of yourself, okay? So there's that, but then just got the juxtaposition between this energy and that energy and what they were just saying, like, it's not always what it looks like on the surface. Because on the surface, I think this version of you or this person, because again, it could be reverse and vice versa and all these things, right? Looks alone. Like there's something that feels very like, I keep hearing dusty, like dusty or vacant about this person or this person's life or reality, but that's not true because there's a lot happening abundantly internally, and then that will ripple out over time to cultivate really healthy bonded relationships. Okay? So if you're afraid of becoming this version of self, or if you're finding this is you and you're dealing with someone over here, right? It might on the surface look unappealing, but it's incredibly rewarding on a personal, like on your relationship to self, and will have long-term payoffs. Like this feels really solid, like really solid. While over here, this version of self, right, or a person you could be dealing with, right, in that other scenario, is very fixed in the mind and very fixed in, just very fixed. I just keep hearing fixed, like very, very fixed in the mind. And there's a lot of pressure challenging this person to be a little bit more open-minded to what they can do, what they're capable of, or even different ways of doing things, even their own sense of identity and their beliefs. Like there's a lot of pressure to get this energy or this version of self or this person to get out of their own way a little bit. Well, this energy is in full acceptance of that, right? So this is very interesting. It's just very interesting. Okay. Coming back, let's get back to breaking the glass pane, veil, bridging, if you will. All right. And just as a reminder, you could be this energy over here that's going through the breakdown or the pressure to break down to move into this version of self over here, okay? Clear out, peaceful reflection, and soothe the fire. I'm hearing the word fragile. Okay, hold on. A card came out, but I haven't seen it yet. Coming back over here for a minute. If this is the version of you that you are needing to bridge with that version of self, or this is you and you're dealing with this person, you're not as fragile as you think. There's something about fragility. What you think you're fragile about, what you think maybe some weaknesses, right? We're not perfect. Not as weak as you think. Not as weak as you think. Maybe you were made to think that certain parts of you are weak or fragile, but they're not. That's just a story. Just wanted to be said. Anyway, coming back here. Oh, I'm starting to really like this. We have fifth house with passion. So remember, this is all clarifying how to break the glass, how to lift the veil here, to bridge these versions of self, or to bring, people to the table, right, who are different. It's through play. It is. It's through calm. It's through play. It's through fun. It's through vulnerability. Excuse me, because I keep feeling like the heart is calming down too, which tells me that there's like a sense of safety and a sense of trust. But fifth house is creative energy, and it's fun, and it's playful, and it's flirty, and it's romantic, and it's just allowing the play to happen, right? There is a sense of being that comes with the fifth house as well. And not to mention both of these cards indicate just calm shit down. Calm the emotions down, calm the energy down, come into the heart a little bit, and have a little bit more joy and a little more fun. So kind of coming back to what we were talking about earlier, right, in the video, the little moments of joy and how helpful that can be, right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting with that. I like that. I like that a lot. So if any of you like don't have anything creative or fun that you like to do, I would start trying to explore and trying to discover what those things could be. I want to get one more though. Can I get one more, please? Wee. Not what I expected. We have the second house coming out here. Resources. Second house is also the house of value. So it's like, while it can pertain to finances and money and starting little nest eggs or starting investments or different income streams, it also is about personal values and what you hold to be like, to hold value in your life, right? So maybe you actually value love. Maybe you value family. Maybe you don't value money, right? It is more about personal values more so than anything. So that's what I'm getting here too, is like the emotional regulation, all the stuff we talked about before, it definitely applies here. It's all about finding that calm and the calm and the calm and really getting in the heart and putting forward and prioritizing what is valuable to you and what evokes joy. What is valuable and what evokes joy. There's also something about needs here as well. Discerning what your base level needs are and making sure that those are honored no matter what changes take place. But prioritizing those things is how you break the veil here, or break the glass, so to speak. It's just finally putting those things and making those things a priority. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And again, if this is between you and another person, I almost feel like, yes, obviously you two are going through very different things, but that's one energy. Well, this is the other, right? But I'm also seeing a difference even in the fifth house and the second house, where one of you may be very focused on play, actually, and joy, while the other is very financial focused, money focused. And sometimes those two things could be hard to bring together, right? Yeah. Yeah. Open the channel. What I just heard too. Open the channel. It feels like open the channel of dialogue if this is like a person to person thing. Yeah, open the channel of dialogue, open the channel of communication, but it needs to be honest, it needs to be calm, it needs to be compassionate, I think, for this to actually find a middle ground, to break the barrier or whatever is happening here. But there's a good chunk of you where this is just you aligning to another version of self. And it is through play, it is through recognizing what your needs are and what your true values are and making those a priority. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think we did groups last time. I'm trying to fill into that if that's even necessary. We've been on for about 50 minutes. 50. I'm definitely going to have to go back and rewatch the whole video. Well, it'll be here. It'll be here. So Spirit called me back to journaling this week. So I see why. Oh, I love journaling. I have my journal right here. I have filled up this journal so fast. It's like, it's a little insane. It's been one of those seasons. I started it on May 1st, and where are we at? September. So it's been 4 months. And guys, I mean, it is like almost done. I mean, you could even see, I think I'm at like, hold on. Yeah, where am I at? Yeah, here, like there. A lot of writing last few months. That reading was pretty thorough. Yeah, right? It was. It feels very, very thorough. I don't know if it's really necessary. If anything, I almost want to go a little deeper, actually. Are we just in one big collective? We're really not doing groups today? Hold on, let me fill into that. Yeah, it's not necessary. Okay. So no groups today, just one big fat collective reading. I am gonna pull more cards then if that's the case. Um, doo, doo, doo. Bring up my favorite go-tos. You know, the Fae, the Fairies Oracle, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. You know, the faves. First time catching me live? Well, hello, welcome. Hi, Stargazing Lotus. Hello, hello. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, we're gonna go with animals. We're gonna go with animals, and we're gonna start over here with the make changes in seventh house. Remember, this is the version of you you could be aligning to, or you could feel like you're already here and you're dealing with somebody who's over there. Yeah, so let's get into this. This is that energy that feels very focused on personal empowerment and their confidence and becoming the person that they want to be to bond with the right people. Okay. All right. All right, make changes in seventh house. Any messages or insights regarding this energy over here with make changes in seventh house? Yeah, I just heard the word barren. Like, I feel like this could look very empty. Maybe even like feel kind of empty in the beginning, because I just feel like there's like a social barrenness to this energy, but I feel like that's part of the process. Oh. Spirit, what you talking about? We have eagle with starfish. So remember I kept saying it's like barren, dusty, looks a little vacant, looks a little empty. Yeah, that's going to change. My oh my, is that going to change? Eagle and starfish. Eagle is normally associated with like the world card. It's a mastery of fire and air, which is interesting because I kept feeling fire and air over here on this side. But eagle is when big cycles are opening or closing. But the starfish is like the star card, where there is like a captivating magnetism to the starfish card. Sometimes it can relate to like superficiality, or it can relate to like having that star quality, if you will. I feel like a couple of things are happening. I feel like one, any superficiality, not any, but like a lot of superficial tendencies that you may have had, or that this energy may have had, I feel like are getting closed out, because there is this like deep connection to authenticity, and it's working from within out, right? So it's like going deep within in that level and connecting to self on that deep of a level to attract in and to pull in, right? The right people. But it's coming from an unshakable, strengthening relationship to self, right? So it is going to have an impact. It just might take a while, right? Because it's from within out, not without in. Actually, and I think that's what's going on over here with this energy. It's working from without in, not within out. Hope you guys can follow me there. I want to get one more card for this side. Can I get one more, please? Yeah, wow. Oyster. I thought this was going to come out with the glass pane, but I think it is still representing that on some level. That oyster, I can feel it. That feels like a barrier. It feels like a foggy veil, a glass divider wall. Like that feels like a wall of some kind. And again, I do think that has the opportunity to break, to be lifted, so that there can be a merging, a bridging that can take place here. But I just feel like that's why oyster is here. Literally, I feel like that's why oyster is here. And yeah, you could be taking some isolated time to do whatever work you're doing internally or work with yourself, that will have this ripple effect that I keep talking about. That could absolutely be the case. Without in, hold on a second. Without in. If you're telling the person, You may have been pushed out, or you may have pushed them out, because I just got that feeling too. Almost like a keep out, stay out kind of a vibe. Keep out, stay out, keep out, stay out. If that happened, you know what happened. It wouldn't be a surprise, but I just picked up on it for some of you. That being said, let's move over here. We'll move over there. Okay. This is that feeling that I'm getting of someone is very fixed in their mind, a lot of pressure to challenge them on who they are, their beliefs, etc., etc., etc. Let's get into it. Interesting. We have dolphin. Everybody loves the dolphin. Dolphin is a bit of a healer energy. They're very bright. They're very light. Everybody smiles around the dolphin. Dolphin to me is also very Gemini, but it's also very playful and sensual and fun. Okay. I feel like that's a really nice inviting energy to break the glass. I do. I feel like that's an energy that can break the glass. If they allow it. If they pursue it. If they work with it. Anything else? Any other messages or insights for this sign? I keep hearing invitation. I keep hearing invitation with the dolphin. So this energy over here, or version of self, right? This is about your own personal evolution. I feel like you have an invitation with the dolphin. Like the dolphin's inviting you to get into playful energy, which again is going to help break the glass or bridge the gap or whatever. Yeah, it's an invitation. It could even be a person that has like a dolphin energy trying to invite you to something, but you have to be willing to see it. You have to be willing to see it, because I keep getting on this side that there is like a missing of signs, a missing of opportunities. Like you're just not seeing it, but they're there. And I feel like the dolphin is an invitation. Ooh, interesting. Camel. That I feel a little bit of the fixed mind. I do. Oh, this is so fascinating. And it's fire and water, just like the glass pane, right? So camel is a bit of a resourceful energy. Like camel's really good at like getting all the resources, getting all the T's crossed, I's dotted, and like making it through the desert, right? That's camel, which I feel like this energy has been in. And it's like, I feel like they're looking the dolphin in the face, but it's like, you have to accept the invitation, right? So the dolphin's the invite to break the glass, lift the veil. And even if it's in your face, do you even see it? Like, do you actually see the dolphin? Do you? Or do they, right? It's in the face. It's obvious. It's like hiding in plain sight almost, but it's not even really hiding. It's like, sometimes the mind is kind of funky, right? When we have very like fixed ways of looking at things or attached to certain ideas or whatever, we can literally create blinders where we don't see what's right in front of us. And that's what I'm getting here. Can I get one more, please? Oh. Ouch. Ouch. Scorpion. That might be why you don't see the dolphin. Or this person, if this is a person you're dealing with. The scorpion, I think, is keeping the camel from seeing the dolphin, but the dolphin is there, and I think the dolphin has been there. Scorpion is a card that comes out when we're holding on to shit, basically. It's a card of grudges. It's a card of defensiveness. It's a card of not safe, and I don't know, and like just like it's a hard no. I'm just getting a hard no coming off of the scorpion energy, but I feel like it gets triggered in response to the dolphin or the invitation to the dolphin. But that's the challenge that Pluto's having here, right? Pluto's going like, come on. Come on. Time to pay attention. Oh, sorry. Time to pay attention. Time to get out of what feels safe or what feels comfortable. Because Scorpion also indicates too that like we are holding to a certain way of doing things or way of navigating or being because there is something telling us that's the safe thing to do, right? Very interesting. Let's get some cards for this veil glass pane situation here. Oh, and cards are starting to get messy. Okay. Tell me about 5th house, 2nd house, Soothe the fire, peaceful reflection. Oh, the swan. Oh, so much to even say just with that. That just instantly made me just like go to mush. Swan is a card of feeling whole and complete within yourself. It also is a card of partnership, kinship, but I think it speaks volumes, right? To Swan is also mirrored, yeah, also mirroring effects, but that's not explicitly, but like yes, technically that's kind of there. To bridge the gap, to break the glass, to lift the veil, there needs to be an acceptance of self, first of all, right? But then also being open to others too. Can I get another card, please? I love when these cards come out together. Sea Serpent, the Sacral, which is also the creative center. It's very fifth house to me anyway. It's play, it's creative expression, it's sensuality, right? That is the key here. We already knew that was the key. Yeah, we are creative beings, and sometimes we forget that and we lose sight of that, but also allowing ourselves to work from that place of our own creative energy can really bring a lot of joy, fulfillment, feeling revitalized, feeling in flow, feeling really uplifted. It's like there's something about that that feels really important here too, to like, again, coming back to the little things about joy, right? But yeah, obviously that's a key factor here. Can I get one more? Can I get one more, please? Woo! Hummingbird. Love hummingbirds. Hummingbird in this deck is a burst of vitality, of positive energy. Sometimes some people see it as a card of magic or even timing. I feel like it's just kind of like the bang of like the cherry on top of this like beautiful energy that can, again, bridge the gap, break the glass divider, lift the veil. It's really just finding this like wholeness of self and allowing yourself to find the joy in life, and then allow yourself to be open to other people too in relation to that. And that will also bring more people that you can really bond with, especially for those where this is more about aligning to a version of self, right? And again, if you're dealing with another person, that is what can help bridge the gap here. Yeah. There is also a feeling of love there with the swan, of just bringing more love into the situation. It feels like it's just bringing a lot of soul energy too. I mean, when we create, we're really creating from the soul or with our own soul energy. It's really sweet. That's very, very sweet. I need some help. I know what to do. I want them to get out of my life. Jeez. Damn, an hour in, I'll come back and watch it later. If you want to. I mean, it'll be posted. It'll be posted. I don't think we need to pull anything else. It is very thorough. I just love working with the cards with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna pull one fake card for each section and then we'll be done. And then we'll be done. Just one card. Tell me about the make changes. Whoa. Ooh, we like that. The himself card. Such an intense card. And I love that it's out here for this side of the board. So again, this is clarifying that version of self you're trying to merge with, evolve into, embody. It is that working from within out, having that sense of empowerment and confidence and strong relationship with self to attract or pull in the people that you want to be bonded to, that are healthy for you to be bonded to. And then the himself card. Himself is literally like the life force of nature. It's a very like sensual, procreative energy. How do I want to say? It's like mana. It's mana. That's what it is. So the fact that it's out here, I feel like is really emphasizing where you're like what you're moving into with self, and how you are also kind of like amping up your energy. I almost want to say some of you are even like building up your own like internal fire, and that's helping you to also pull in the kinds of relationships you want to be bonded to. It feels like you're also moving into like magician mode a little bit, which is really cool. So just love seeing that. Love seeing that. All right, so let's look at this side of the board. Just one card, please. Just one card. Just one. Oh, interesting. Arval Parrot. This is a throat chakra energy. And I'm getting pulled back to what I got for the bridging was like open the channel, right? Open the line of communication. Arval Parrot, while he is mostly about communication, it also, when we're talking about communication, we're talking about honesty, right? We're talking about truth. So again, this side of the board, this version of self or this person, however it's manifesting your life for you, would really benefit from being very honest with themselves. I think really about this Scorpion energy. Okay, pointing to his throat. Yeah. Would really benefit from being honest about the Scorpion energy here. Anything they're holding on to that is keeping them in this place of rigidity or this like fixed mind or even like a fixed sense of self where they are not open to dolphin or the dolphin. Yeah. Because Pluto is just like, need to get you to see this, need to get you to break out of this, need to get you to see this, right? So let's look at the glass pane. Can I just get one card for the glass pane, please? Just one card, and then we're going to wrap this up. Woo. Not surprising at all. We have the Alchemist. I mean, we're talking about bridging the gap. We're talking about lifting a veil, right? Merging, if you will. That's what an alchemist does. Alchemist changes the state of things. That's what she's all about. And that's exactly what she's doing. When she does come out, though, sometimes the changes can be a little fast. Hummingbird also can indicate that. So if you are over here, right? If you're over on this side of the board and you've been kind of struggling to get out of your own way, not even noticing the dolphin, got some stuff that you're still holding on to, etc. If you allow yourself to kind of flow with the malleability that Pluto is asking you to have, changes can happen really, really fast here, okay, into getting into this version of self. But if you are also dealing with a person, I think it's just about maintaining your sense of being receptive and being open, because she does like to work really fast in unexpected ways. Yeah. So very interesting reading. Very interesting to see how this can be manifesting for some of you guys in your life. This is creation time. Absolutely. Kind of like that for sure, but I don't know. I want them to savage me. It's already been a situation with me. Okay. I interpret that as being honest with self or self-imposed barriers, not breaking the glass pane. Yes. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Thank you. I am. I'm having a really good day. Thank you. Afraid that if I come out with my dolphin, I'll attract the past, the energy you channeled on Monday. We can't be afraid of the past. The past is the past. You know, just is what it is. Love it. Thank you. You're welcome. But I think this concludes our little Aloha Friday hangout. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and a great Friday evening, if it's not already evening for you. Yeah. And I'll see you guys on Monday, as I do. Yep. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's it. All right, guys. I'm going to go. But again, love you. Take care. And again, thank you for the super chat, Barbie. I really do appreciate that. And I will see you guys later, okay? Bye. Take care.